Hello and welcome back to the R.N.G podcast. I'm Riley,
I'm Brandon.
and this is mile 12 of our road to Doomsday. This is a good mile, in my opinion. Had a bump in the road, but then it was smooth sailing the whole time. Fan freaking tastic. We got Ghost Rider, Spirit of Vengeance. It's not even a catch that, honestly.
It might.
And then we have TASM, the beginning of the TASM era. I'm so excited. We're so close to one of my all-time favorite movies, The Amazing Spider-Man 2.
Yeah.
First, we gotta talk about the first one. Obviously, we're gonna talk about Ghost Rider first. 'Cause,
Obviously.
bad.
Yeah, it's pretty bad, guys.
Let's just say our score right now in 3, 2, 1, 3.5.
4.
Almost the worst movie we've watched so far.
Other than Electra.
Electra beats it out, but it's like the fact that this is Ghost Rider and it's that low is
Yeah.
unfortunate.
I think it's the only reason it's not lower than Electra is because it's Ghost Rider.
Yeah,
Because
exactly.
you at least still get that slight element of he's cool.
Yeah.
Electra's not even cool.
She's boring. Nothing in that movie. Yeah. So, really not much to talk about this movie. Again, the action was very underwhelming,
Extremely
lackluster.
underwhelming, yeah.
Ghost Rider himself looks nowhere near as cool as he did in the first movie.
No, I really don't like the change to the black skull. I know you and I talked about it, and you said you like the skull design
I like
better.
the shape of the skull better.
Shape. But the black, like, the white is, like, what pulls his look more together because he's already wearing all black. So making his skull black,
He's just all black.
he's just too black.
Yeah.
Like,
And especially because they got rid of the spikes, too.
Yeah, which was a little silver contrast.
Yeah.
Like, there's no contrast to him anymore.
Even his chain is black, too.
Even the chain is black.
Yeah.
It's just they were like, fuck it. Gothic. Make everything black.
And he's just purely black, and I don't think it looks very good.
No.
I mean, the jacket's cool that like it's bubbling.
Yeah, it
kinda
sizzles,
cool, but
yeah.
it's the best part. The best part of the movie with like when he shows up for the first time and he does that slow look behind him, and you just get like a nice shot. Like he's just normal. He looks cool.
Yeah.
You really see the bubbling on his jacket, and then right after that, you turn like for some reason they made Ghost Rider in this movie like a wild animal. And he's like twitching and like
Yeah, he's like Fent leaning half the movie.
Yeah, and it's like I guess they're going for like a demonic style, like he's a demon, so make him act like a demon. But it's like it's supposed to be Johnny.
Well, then even when they do that though, but then they explain later that it's actually like an angel that was corrupted.
Yeah,
Like he's not even a straight demon. He's just an angel who like watched too much MTV or something.
yeah, and it just doesn't work for me like at all. And I think it actually leans like there's a lot of times when he does some random ass poses. And it's like, what are you doing? Like, especially at the end when he does like this.
Yeah.
Like, what is he doing?
Yeah, he's like doing Kalima.
It just doesn't make any sense.
They'll see it on the camera, the instant regret of my MTV joke. I like said that and I was like, that's the worst joke I think I've ever said. I was like, I was almost about to be like, yo, you gotta cut that out, dude. I was like,
what? Is that why you had that face? You look like you're like,
yeah, because I was like, fuck, because just like it's like an angel that watched MTV, like, ow, my neck. Terrible joke. Man, the episode's coming out right after we're gonna try and get people to watch us too. They're gonna be like, well, that guy's not funny.
Now this doesn't mean there's not any good stuff in this movie. Ghost Rider is still cool, even though he doesn't look nowhere near
Not
as
as
good.
cool. The bike style is cool.
I like there's some shots in this movie, like the recap stuff is really cool. How they did that in like an animation style, like the very beginning recap. Yeah, the recap where it's like recapping what happened in the first movie where he made the deal with the devil.
Oh, yeah.
And it looked really cool there. And then also the scene where the Ghost Rider like leaves him is where it's all white and he's like black. It looks really cool. And then there are some shots that are cool, you know, with the whole like I said, his first introduction where he like just has that slow look.
Yeah.
But
the over the shoulder, what is that, the Omni-Man look?
yeah, something like that. But the biggest problem with this movie is its tone. The tone is all over the place.
Extremely.
And it's like so noticeable.
And the main thing I don't like is how much of a gear shift Johnny is from the last movie into this movie. Like not just as like Ghost Rider, but him himself. Like he's even just Fent leaning half the movie. Like he is like going bananas the whole time. And in the last movie, I'm pretty sure he was like content with being Ghost Rider and be like, "I am the spirit of vengeance."
Yeah.
And in this movie, he's like, "I've had to keep the beast at bay. I gotta get the fuck out of here."
Yeah, so that's just behind the scenes shit. The filmmakers, when making this movie, treated it as a reboot, not a sequel. So they cut out everything that was in that's why, I don't remember her name from the first movie, his love interest. Something
Foxy?
Fox, I don't know.
I
She's
don't
not even in the movie, the
no
devil
mention
looks
of her.
different. Yeah, no mention of her. That whole thing you're saying where he's now, like, holding the demon at bay, even though he kinda had, like, a grasp on it a little bit at
Yeah,
the end of the first one. Um, no shotgun. I don't know why they didn't give him a shotgun, would've been
yeah,
cool.
no gun, period.
Yeah, so they treat it like a reboot more than a sequel, and that really causes, just really bad,
A lot of problems.
and I think they saw that, like, people were all like, "Whoa, his acting in the first movie is crazy," on Nicolas Cage because when he has that transformation scene, he's, like,
Mhm.
laughing and he's, like, looking at the camera, and people are like, "Oh, that's really good." So they really leaned into that for some
But
reason,
too hard.
and it just doesn't work
Like,
nearly
that
as
only
well.
worked because that was, like, his first transformation, so he was just kinda like
Yeah,
it was the first time a demon possessing. Because later on, he doesn't do that shit at all, like,
no,
at the very end when he does the final ride with the previous Ghost Rider, he just transforms. There's no
yeah,
fucking hoodoo, no bullshit, he's just,
yeah.
"Let's go, let's ride."
Just right. And with back to this tone, there's, like, comedic beats that they're trying to hit, and I'm gonna be honest, there's 2 jokes in this movie that hit me, and I was laughing out loud. The first one is when Monroe, I think that's his name,
Yeah,
Idris Elba's character, explains how he survived falling off the side of the cliff, and he's like, "Thank God, a higher power was there to save me," and it just
yeah,
cuts to him in a tree,
yeah.
and he's
Well,
like,
he's, like,
"Uh."
stuck on vines on the cliff, he's just like
Yeah, and then the Twinkie joke is funny, where the decay guy
I
grabs all the food, and then he grabs a Twinkie and he does the
I
decay.
I don't think I laughed out loud to either of those, but I did find the Twinkie one ironically funny because
Yeah.
I mean, because I literally when he was going in a lunchbox too, and he'd made a previous comment on Twinkies and his whole thing was decay, I'm like, "I guarantee there's a Twinkie in this box and there's gonna be a joke here." Like, I
Yeah.
saw it coming because I was like, "Has to be," with how they set it up, and yeah, totally, and I mean, it works. I mean, it's it's like I was like,
Yeah, I mean, that's really all I gotta say about this movie. It felt like a B movie,
it really yeah, 100%.
like
This was on Sci-Fi.
yeah, the
Yeah.
only reason it would ever come out of it is because for one, the CGI looks great, honestly, like, the fire
There's a
looks
couple
really
parts
good.
where it doesn't look good. Like,
I mean,
even right at the end of the movie, there was one where he was on the bike and into the flames behind him. That looked like really B level.
I don't know, I thought all the stuff with him as Ghost Rider always looked good, even some of the more outlandish stuff like the excavator part, um, and then also Idris Elba being there also takes it
Well,
out
I mean, even
sci-fi.
the end, the chain on Rourke and toss him down to hell, that's not great CGI.
It's not great CGI, but it still looks cool in my opinion.
It's
His face
okay,
all
but
burning and shit.
considering it's supposed to be like a AAA Ghost Rider movie,
Yeah.
it's not. It doesn't hold par to like a movie that comes out. Look at some examples from a couple years before that, Iron Man
Mhm.
or Transformers. Other movies we've reviewed,
Yep.
and it does not hold up for a movie that came out 4 years later than both those movies. I think 4 or 5 years later, it's 2012.
Yeah, but we gave, like, X-Men Origins its prop for having okay CGI in parts, and it looks way better than X-Men Origins. Way better. You're
I
talking
mean,
about one scene. Every other scene with Ghost Rider looks
so
good
it's
because you have the
I'll say it's
bubbling on
better than
his
X-Men Origins, yeah,
jacket,
I'll say
and
it's
you've
better
got
than Origins for
the
sure, but I'm
flames
just
look
saying,
really
it's
good.
still not great considering.
No, it's not a high bar. Um, yeah, but 3.5, you gave it a 4, right?
Yeah,
It's not really all that good.
no.
What was I gonna say? Oh, a little bit it's funny though, because this movie actually made triple its budget.
Really?
Yeah, so
And they might have rode the hype of the initial one,
of
that's
course,
probably
yeah,
all
as
that
Ghost
happened.
Rider, and we talked about this after we finished it. A big selling point for this movie was the blue Ghost Rider, and he's in it for literally
1 second,
1 second,
at the very end.
maybe 2. 1.9 seconds he's
Yeah,
in this
not
movie,
even a full 2.
and they don't even get a full shot. It's just him passing by,
Yeah,
and it's so you're like,
'cause I remember very clearly as a kid, those trailers having that blue fucking, Ghost Rider in 'em a lot, and I was like, "Oh, dude,
yeah.
in blue? Like, he's gonna be so cool." And I remember seeing him being like, "What the fuck? Where's my blue?" And then he shows up, I'm like, "That's it?"
I also remember as a kid going to the theater, seeing this, and really looking forward to it, and then I was super let down as a kid, like, "What?"
And when you're let down as a kid, that's when you know this is a bad movie.
Yeah. But yeah, that's our review of Ghost Rider.
Yep.
Sorry it's not longer, it's just really bad.
Yeah, it's pretty bad.
Same thing that happened with Elektra and then Blade 3. It's hard to talk about bad movies unless they're, like,
Comically
bad like
bad.
Star Wars, where I'm so passionate about it. I'm not really passionate about Ghost Rider.
Yeah, not that passionate.
let's get into the bread and butter of this episode. The Amazing Spider-Man. This is probably my second favorite Spider-Man movie. Live action. So I should tell you something. Here's our score for The Amazing Spider-Man. You're gonna go first in
Mm-mm.
3, 2, 1. Go ahead.
Go ahead.
This is your thing. Everyone knows I like it. No, I don't know what you think of it.
Yeah, but I wanna hear I wanna hear how high you actually are.
It's a 9.
It's a 9?
Mhm.
7.
7?
It's a 7.
Say 7?
This is the biggest discrepancy in score we've had, and I was really leaning on 6.5, I'm not gonna lie. But honestly, I think the point 5 comes from I think Andrew Garfield's acting is really good.
Alright, let's hear what you have to say about it, because I'm about to revoke everything you say.
Okay. Uh, I can't really talk about it, my bad. No, um, I mean, it's just the initial part of the movie. I mean, like we were saying as we were watching it, it takes us an hour and, like, 15 minutes to be even get Spider-Man in this movie.
Okay, well, that's going off of my perspective of the movie. You get Spider-Man before the hour mark.
Not not a lot, though. Not
Yeah, I
like
mean, you have the whole scene of him being Spider-Man before the bridge
like
scene.
15 minutes.
Yeah, it's
That's
before that.
still
That's like 45
that's still
minutes, you get
almost
Spider-Man.
half the movie, is what I'm getting at. That's a very long exposition of, like,
And I want
giving
more of that.
okay, but, like, part of that, it definitely isn't needed, and obviously everybody talks about this, the parent stuff is, like, unnecessary. Obviously, they use it as a plot point for the whole Connors thing with also, this should be pretty obvious, but spoilers for this movie, never seen TASM 1, but
Yeah, these aren't new.
but you never know. Some child may look at these episodes and be like, "What?"
What?
But, I mean, the whole thing with the parents is kinda lame. I'm, like, having to replay the movie in my head to be like, talk about what I didn't like. Um, honestly, though, he's a much better Spider-Man than Tobey. People aren't gonna like that. But as a Spider-Man, as the kinda character Spider-Man's supposed to be, where he's very quippy, this guy quips more, you even said it, in his first, like, true interaction when he's in the suit with a car thief, more than Tobey does in all 3 of his
In all 3
movies.
of his movies.
And that part of Andrew was really good, and I think his acting is better than Tobey's
Mhm.
in Spider-Man's. I think Tobey does great acting in other movies.
Yeah.
I don't think his acting is good in the Spider-Man movies like
Not
that at
really.
all.
He has some more parts, but it's like
Not crazy. I mean,
no.
considering some emotional highs that should be in there, they don't come off as emotional highs from Tobey. Maybe it's also a different era of movie
It
because
is.
it's like
Yeah.
the 2000s. Maybe I'm just not piecing it properly. But Andrew's I mean, the Ben's death, the way he reacts, the way he acts, much better than Tobey's.
Captain Stacy's
And
death.
Captain Stacy's I actually I don't know if I like the way they silenced his scream.
I
They
fucking
kinda
love
muffled it.
that.
I'm like, I do like it, but I think it would be better if we heard it, like, full, like, loud.
I don't know, I could go either way. I love that part when it's a muffled scream.
Yeah, and I really like that scene too because it to me, because for him, not only obviously is the death of, what's her dad's name?
Captain Stacy.
Oh, they don't say this right, okay. Captain Stacy, but I think from his perspective, it's another failure like Ben was to
Mhm.
him, so that's why it hit so hard because he failed twice in one movie.
Yep.
Um, but also just certain I'm trying to remember the movie,
Alright, let me just go over why this movie works.
okay. Yeah, it's better if you say what you like and I say what I don't like.
A lot of people is the biggest arguments for the TASM movies not being good, both movies, is that people don't like Andrew Garfield's Peter. They think he's too cool and he's too good looking. Those are both problems that tell me you don't read comic books, you watch the Sam Raimi movies, and that's what you expect from now on, which is good. There's parts of Sam Raimi stuff that's good, but by the time Peter's in college, which is issue 16 of the original run of the Spider-Man comic, 16 comics in the 1960s, he's out of high school and he's going to college. He's no longer a nerd. He's no longer the glasses wearing, that's not how it goes, nerd. He is a good looking guy. Gwen is pining for him in college. So is MJ. He's fighting. He's in a love triangle with 2 of the hottest girls at his school very early on in the comic book run. The only thing I don't like about this Peter is that he has a skateboard. But other than like, it's such a small nitpick. I don't really care. It's trying to be modernized,
Sure.
bringing Peter into the modern world.
Even a bike would have been better.
Sure, but it's supposed to, yeah, anything would have been better than like, skateboard does just like,
Ooh,
that's the
they should
biggest
have made him
thing.
a scooter kid, that'd been fucking funny. That'd have been like, he rolls up on a razor, dude. Nah,
That's
no, he'd been too cool, he'd been too cool.
That's the biggest thing. A lot of people are like, "He has a skateboard." Like, that is not what and it's like that I mean, just because a guy has a skateboard does not instantly make him cool.
It definitely adds more flavor to his like,
It
to him
makes it yeah,
than,
and there
like I said, a bike, nobody looks at a bike and goes, "Damn, what a
yeah,
badass." Unless you're on, like,
which
a
I totally
BMX,
understand. I
custom
get people
made.
not liking it. I also don't like it. I don't think it's warranted enough to be like, "He's not a good Peter." And then the whole "he's good looking" thing, well, like I just said, dude, Peter is a playboy. He's up there with Bruce Wayne on how many girls he goes out with and gets with as Spider-Man and Peter Parker. It's not just Spider-Man.
Yeah.
S
I
he's a good looking guy.
yeah, I think he is just a little too good looking. I know what you're trying to say, but, like, I don't know, I never picture Peter as all like, because I even said this to you, I'm like, "He actually looks better with the glasses on, like, he looks hotter with glasses." You should have kept them off. I think he looked like at least when he was, like, in the school scenes, because when he has the glasses on, I was like, "Dude, like, he actually looks better with glasses." He's got, like, that hot nerd aesthetic. But without him, and it's because he doesn't really act so much as a nerd in school, he just acts
He's a
socially
loner.
awkward. Yeah, he's just
He's a loner, he's an
which
outcast.
that's probably the thing I don't like because like, he's supposed to be more a nerd, like because that's his shit is,
Mhm.
like, science and whatever, and they show that a little bit, like, when he's at Oscorp and he talks about the, cross-human metagenics or whatever with
Our species of genetics.
yeah, with whatever, with Connors and stuff, like, they barely tap him on this one. They just make him and he's socially awkward through the whole movie,
Yeah.
like, unless he's got the mask on, which I guess is a good, it's
I
probably
feel like that when I cosplay.
really?
Yeah, I don't because I'm way more open.
Sure.
I go up to people and talk to people,
I
try to, but
I probably would too, if I was
yeah,
wearing the mask, you know what I mean?
exactly.
Especially
Um
the bitch with the big yappo, you know what I'm saying?
Another thing people don't like is the, great power comes great responsibility thing where they change the line and
No, I like it.
they make it more, it's more grounded and because I was saying to this as we were watching it, "With great power comes great responsibility" is a fantastically written line. It's one of Stanley's greatest lines he ever wrote. Um, it just isn't modern. Like, no one's gonna say that to someone and expect them, like, not I would cringe if someone said I'd be like, "What? What the fuck do you mean?" Like, there's no reason for Uncle Ben to look at Peter and be like, "With great power comes great" like, it just Peter doesn't have power. To Uncle Ben, Peter's just the nerdy kid. Like, he's smart, but that's not, like, using your power, you know? So the way they do it in this movie where they word it
Well,
differently and they compare it to responsibility and his father they compare him to his father and his morals of how he lived his life, that works way better than
yeah,
saying you have great power.
and I said well, I mean, what you could also do because this is after the basketball scene, so,
Yeah.
I mean, he ripped a fucking hoop. He destroyed a backboard. So, I mean, he obviously knows, like, something's going on with Peter. So, like,
Yeah, but it
there
doesn't
is
mean you have great power. It just means, "Oh,
that's
man."
g if someone rips a fucking backboard apart, I'm gonna say, "Damn, that motherfucker kinda strong."
Or you could be like, "Damn, that motherfucker was not safe and it fucking had some screws loose," obviously.
I don't know, even if it had screws loose, that would explain the broken glass, ripping the
Ripping
entire
the
rim
metal out of the glass would break glass, yes.
no, the metal is on metal. The glass
It's
is
in the glass
surrounding the
too.
metal.
It's in the glass.
Yeah, but it's glass on metal. It's 2 metal plates. Like, the rim is just not floating in fucking glass. Like, it's on metal.
Yeah,
So even if you have
but
2
it connects to
screws
the
loose,
glass.
there's still, like, 5 screws. The backboard breaking's fine. The rim coming completely off,
Yeah.
no matter who you are, that's impressive. How many fucking you don't watch basketball, but, like, fucking Shaquille O'Neal does that, and he's, like, through almost 400
Yeah, because
pounds of fucking
those
man.
are nice fucking basketball hoops, obviously. This is a high school, bro, you don't know. That could be like a worn down
Midtown High,
yeah,
the
20-year
preppy school,
it's not preppy,
it's pretty
it's
preppy.
a normal school. In these movies, it's a normal school.
I don't know, man, it seems pretty preppy.
I don't know. The, the whole, like, Uncle Ben's death thing, we already talked. Andrew's acting there is fantastic, the
Yeah,
way
no,
it's
it's
handled.
great.
The reasoning behind it is where I also agree on a lot of people, it's not as good as Sam Raimi's. The line, like, "I missed the part where that's my problem," is so much more impactful than "Not my policy."
Yeah.
And what Peter does in the Sam Raimi movies and even the comics is way more impactful than what this Peter does.
He just kinda turns a blind eye
The
while the
other
other
guy
Peter
actively helps him
yeah,
escape,
he
kind of.
gets out of the way.
Yeah. So it's definitely not as impactful. And then you also in Sam Raimi in the comic version, he instantly gets the guy, hunts him down, and then stuff happens. This one,
It's a loose end.
it's loose end. It's a loose end
Yeah.
that is it's closed in a separate project, but the fact that it's a loose end is it's like it's just dropped forever.
Yeah, and I
Um,
mean, the implication is obviously there that he drops it because of the bridge scene where he
yeah,
realizes that that's not the only thing he should be after is he's not here for vengeance. He's not here for revenge. Now that he has his power, it's when the words that, Uncle Ben says to him really sit in. You said it yourself.
exactly. So this is another thing. There's two very important scenes in this movie. The first hour and 15 minutes of this movie are him becoming Spider-Man and officially taking on the mantle of what he needs to do. The first scene is the dinner scene with Captain Stacy, where he gets it thrown directly in his face that you are not like, he says, "I'm not trying to," like, I don't think he's a hero, but he thinks he's a hero. He
Yeah.
he walks behind those guys talking about, and he's, like, all happy about it and stuff,
Mhm.
and he thinks he's saving people. He thinks he's standing up for the people and doing what other people like the police can't. But then Captain Stacy says, "No, he's on a vendetta mission, like, he's just doing this for revenge. He's
Yeah.
hunting the same guy. He's not saving anyone. He's doing it for his own personal
Mhm.
needs." And that really, hits Peter, and it
Yeah.
does. And then he goes to the bridge, and he saves the kid, and he sees the kid with his dad, and he says, "Who are you?" And he says when he says Spider-Man, that's him taking on the mantle of
Yeah.
being Spider-Man
And taking the
and
responsibility.
responsibility becoming that and officially not no longer hunting his guy. That's why it's dropped right there,
Yeah.
hunting his guy.
Mhm.
He's not hunting the guy, he's saving people, and the first thing he's gotta do is stop Lizard 'cause he it's his responsibility. Um so, to some people, it would seem like this movie is very long with not a lot of Spider-Man, but I think it's just it's very grounded in the Spider-Man stuff. He's building up, he's going, and it's his suit. We didn't talk about the suit very much yet, but I love his suit actually. It's usually regarded as one of the
It's
weaker parts of the story
it's
of
better than I'm remembering,
Andrews.
and
It's not as good as
also
Toby's still, obviously.
no, then Toby's is more it's I don't know, I would say this one's more unique design
Oh,
than
this is the
Toby's.
most unique
Yeah,
out of
well, I mean,
all of
Toby's
them.
is still a unique design.
Toby's is like normal Spider-Man, just has raised webbing. That's the only thing that's
Well,
unique
no,
about it.
even the way the blue's
Well,
different.
it's very dark. Still
Well,
blue
no,
and
but I
red.
mean even the way, like, it's paneled on the suit is different. I'm saying, like,
No,
it's still an original
it's very accurate.
it's got the waist and everything?
Yeah,
Oh, does it?
yeah.
I don't remember.
It's just very dark blue, but the red and the blue, it's all in the same spot. His eyes aren't as big, but I mean, it depends on comic book
Yeah.
stuff. It's just the raised webbing was the only unique thing about his suit.
Mm.
Which this one has raised webbing, but it also has the texture, which I love. It's supposed to be homemade looking, and it's totally something believable that he could have made this homemade. It's all basketball material, so he ripped apart basketballs. He used sunglasses as the lens, which a lot of people don't like the lenses. Obviously, I like the bigger lenses from
Of course.
TASM 2, but I
Mm,
think
like that.
yeah, big lens like that. But I think the little lens, there's some shots in this movie where it looks really good, and the reflection
Yeah,
is
and
really nice.
the small lens works for those intimidating
Yeah,
shots.
making him look scary.
Yeah, which is, like, when he's dealing with the car thief,
Yeah.
and there's that one part where he, like, kinda tilts his head down and, like,
Mhm.
you see the eyes. Intimidation is great for those kinds of eyes. That's the one thing that, like, that Spider-Man kinda
Yeah.
can has a struggle with, like, with those big eyes,
Mhm.
which, like, for instance, in TASM 2, he's got a more similar suit.
Yeah.
He doesn't really ever come off intimidating in the same way,
No, no.
because that's really hard to do. Like, they can do it in comics because they can angle and light things way differently,
Yeah.
but it's really hard to do with a suit like that.
Mhm.
That's the one thing I give, like, Tom's is the fact that it can change. It can
Yeah.
apply both those kind of ideals at the same time.
Which is the best part of his costume,
Yeah,
Tom's costume.
it's just the shifting eyes.
Yeah,
But I think the suit is better than I remember. My most recent memory of it is actually from when I was playing Spider-Man the
it's not very
game,
good in the
and it
game.
was really fucking bad in the game.
Yeah.
Like, I saw it and I was like, "Yeesh, this is probably the worst suit in the game."
Yeah, well, because 'cause you're comparing it to all the suits in the game, and you're like, "Man, there's so many good ones in it," especially
But
the fucking advanced suit looks great.
listen, man, I used the classic suit the whole game.
Exactly,
I
you're comparing
actually
it to the classic suit, then yeah,
yeah,
it's
like, looking at almost on the other suits, like, they're cool, but I was like, I can't be Spider-Man in these suits, like, I have to be OG. I don't know what it
yeah.
was. I'm not even, like, an old comic head like that. I just was like, "These other suits don't give me the hero of New York. I can't."
Um, Another thing I like about this movie is you guys, we watched it together, me and him, and then also my girlfriend. You guys were dogging on the romance aspect, the high school romance aspect. adore it. I think it's perfect. I think it's
Well, you're a much bigger romance person than I am.
I feel like, yeah, there's some cringe in it, but I mean, watch any romance high school movie, there's gonna be cringe.
Sure.
Any movie, not every
Well,
single one.
I just think it's worse because of Andrew Garfield's, like, social awkwardness that, like, plays into it, which makes it even more awkward. Like, a lot of their interactions to me are, like, double down on the cringe because
Yeah,
it's the way he's, like,
that's how it would be in high
being
school.
but he's, like, taking it a step further because he's just that character of being that socially awkward. Like, yeah, I mean, sure, maybe I hate it because it's how I would've been in high school if I even could talk to chicks, but I'm just like, "Ah, man, this is, like, rough, like, it's hard to watch this."
Like, their chemistry is so good, they started dating in real life after this movie because
Yeah.
that's how good their chemistry
Well,
was.
that's the I remember they called it what was it? The curse of Spider-Man or, like, the something because it happened with Toby and it happened with Tom.
I don't know.
Yeah,
I don't know who Toby
they all
dated.
dated yeah, no,
I
that's
don't think Toby dated Kristen.
I'm almost positive because I remember it being a thing of, like, that people like, directors would call it the curse of like, the Spider-Man curse. You were gonna, like, try not to get attached to your co-host, but, you know, they're your co-actor, but they always did. Like, it
Yeah,
always happened in every movie. I mean, look at Tom Holland and Zendaya, married.
yeah, they're adorable. Um, this has my favorite obviously, I like the romance. I like Gwen way more than Mary Jane in any iteration. Even in the comic books, I feel like Gwen was his one true love, and Mary Jane is just a rebound the whole time.
Sure. I can't say much about it in
Yeah.
terms of comics, but I think the chemistry feels much more natural in this movie because Gwen
Yeah.
because MJ is, like, already, like, fucking with bully Flash Tom isn't Flash in the first one? Was he
Yeah.
in Flash?
Yeah.
Yeah. She's like, "Oh, yeah, Flash, you're so fucking cool." Gwen's like, "Flash, you're fucking lame."
Yeah.
Like, off jump.
Yeah.
So, I mean, that part, like, Mary Jane's just like, "Yeah, I just want the guy with the sports car, fat wiener."
Yeah.
And Gwen's like, "Oh, this guy's got a fat brain."
That's exactly yeah. But also as my favorite Uncle Ben and Aunt May. This is my Uncle Ben and Aunt May. Aunt May and Toby's is great. It's comic accurate, I will give you that,
Yeah,
but I feel like this anime is very real and actually what an aunt should look like, if I'm being honest. It's Aunt May in the comics looks like a grandma, and it's just
yeah,
supposed to be his mom's sister,
yeah, she shouldn't be that old.
which is like, even if she's like 20 years older, she looks like she's like 80 or 90 years old.
Yeah, I mean, it is possible, I mean, it happens.
It's also just because when the comic came out in 1960s, people looked older.
Sure.
So bringing modern day, and I think the actress for Aunt May, I forget her name, kill me in the comments. She does a fantastic job, and she does even better in the second one. And then Uncle Ben also, they give him more because the Uncle
Yeah,
Ben in Toby's movie has maybe 3 scenes, and one of them's, like there's only 1 good one. The other ones are just kinda like scenes he's in.
right.
This movie, he's in it a lot more, and he's actually talking to Peter a lot, and you get that sense of how Uncle Ben's death hits him as hard as it does. In the first one, it's like, "Oh, you lose a family member, that sucks," but this one, it's like, "Damn," 'cause in every time he goes to hear the message, I'm like, "Damn, that is so
Yeah,
sad."
that part is sad.
Fucking just hearing his voice, knowing it. Now, okay, so this is gonna lead into another problem I have with the movie is, 'cause this is like a thing that spans both this movie and the next movie. The Uncle Ben's death and the reason for why it happened is not as expanded on as it is in Toby's movie because it was never directly Peter's fault.
No, which
So
makes it harder for it to correlate.
he doesn't have that confliction where he feels like it's his fault,
Mhm.
like Toby does, where it is directly well, pretty much it is his fault, like, actually. So Spider-Man 2 is a great scene where he tells Aunt May it was his fault, and he's just been guilt-ridden this whole time. You never get that with this Andrew because if I'm being honest, he probably never thought of it thinking of it as, like, it's his fault, you know?
Yeah,
Like,
not in the
obviously,
same way.
he could have helped him, but he never thought of it like, "Man,
Because of what
that's"
I did, it happened.
Yeah,
Yeah,
yeah.
Uncle Ben is the one who threw himself in that situation.
Yeah, which is a big problem with Spider-Man, unfortunately. Another problem is the webs. We talked about
Yeah,
this. He
yeah,
doesn't make the webs.
which
He
is
buys them.
which is a huge flaw, like,
Big flaw.
in a lot of ways, because A1, not only is it not his own formula, so people can just, replicate it, it's
Yep.
also just readily available.
Mhm.
B, you can track him extremely easily by knowing that Oscorp makes this thread, you find whoever's fucking buying them in bulk.
Yeah.
Guys, who or excuse me, whoever's buying them in bulk at a fucking house.
Yeah.
Like, 'cause obviously, they show, like, the airplanes. Okay, airplanes probably have it. Who the fuck is buying it at 680 Avenue?
Yeah. Um And that really is a big argument as to why I'm anti-organic webs. I don't like Toby's organic webs. Um, a lot of people would argue that it makes the most sense. It gives him more of a spider-like abilities, which is true. I'll give you that, but that's not what it's Peter's supposed to make his webbing formula and his web shooters because that's supposed to show off how smart he is.
Yes,
He's on the same level as Tony Stark. He just doesn't have the resources for it.
exactly.
So he can make this chemical. It's a brand new chemical
Yeah,
that no one else does, and also this tech that shoots the chemical, and it shows that, like, even if s this is gonna lead into another problem that I don't specifically have a big problem with, but a lot of people do. Even if someone else were bit by the spider, they would not have become Spider-Man because it took Peter's genius to become Spider-Man and also his morals, obviously. But that's the other thing that a lot of people have a problem with is that this is the universe where if anyone was bit I mean, anyone else was bit by the spider, they're dying.
mm.
It's just Peter who can become Spider-Man. I personally don't have
That doesn't even get brought
big
up
of
in
a
this one
problem.
though, does it?
No, it's the second one.
It's it
He
gets brought
bit
up in
by
the
the
second
second
one,
one.
yeah.
Um, I personally don't have a big of a problem with that. I understand people's thought process with that and how it could be like, well, the whole point of Spider-Man is anyone could be Spider-Man, and it still works in this movie. Like, not like, if it weren't for Peter's morals, he would not have become Spider-Man.
Morales? Morality?
Morals,
Oh,
morals,
the morals. I was just the way you said morals.
Morales.
Yeah. Morales.
If it weren't for his morals, he wouldn't have become Spider-Man still. So not it's still very unique to him in even the comics, Like I just said, anyone could have become Spider-Man, sure,
Right.
but it's because it's Peter that he became Spider-Man.
No, I understand. It's just they're throwing just another wrench in it to be like, Let's do something different," is what it is all it comes down to, and it's
Yep.
like, it's unnecessary. Like, it's unnecessary detail in it. It's trying to add more to that whole backstory with his parents, which, again, nobody really likes that because it's just like, it's
It's
unnecessary.
slow. I enjoy that they're trying to do something different.
Sure.
That is a story in the comic book, so it's
No,
not
right,
canon.
but it's
Uh,
also just the fact that we do it and then nothing comes from it because there was supposed to be another continuation or even that deleted scene where his dad shows up in the second one. I mean, this is all shit that should be saved for the second one, but with that kind of stuff, it's like, okay, then when we get, like, payoff for it. But in other words, we get all these scenes thrown in there, 0 payoff. Like, they don't tell us really
yeah,
anything.
and I wouldn't blame that on these movies. I'm blaming that on they were trying to do an MCU and they were trying to set it up, and it would have been great, but it just no one liked them because
Yeah.
of dumb shit. um,
I guess we're gonna talk about Connors. Connors is a pretty big part of the movie.
yeah,
Talk about him.
Dr. Connors, a lot of people also don't like him. I like the lizard. I like Dr. Connors. I think what he's doing in this movie makes complete sense. He's losing his mind, and obviously he's very changed by the drug. So of course he's going a little crazy.
Yeah, he's going through a Norman.
I
He's
think, yeah,
just getting hit with Norman
I
syndrome,
think his design is cool. I of course I love the snout more than the flat face, but the snout makes him look more like an alligator slash dinosaur.
which
They were
isn't
going for a lizard.
yeah, which isn't a lizard.
Yeah, so and I think I was very upset. What?
I'm just like, "Wait, are they reptiles or are they amphibians?"
Lizards or
Alligators
alligators?
alligators are probably amphibians, right? Because 'Cause they're in the
I'm
water?
sure they're reptiles too. Like, they're reptiles, but they're going
Right.
for a lizard,
Yeah, no, they're going for,
not
like, a
an
lizard, not
alligator.
an I was just like, "Wait a
Um,
minute, are they amphibians?" I don't think so.
um, I remember when this movie was coming out, I saw the trailer and I saw lizards design, and I was very upset as a 12-year-old child. I was
Right,
like, "That
because
looks
you
dumb."
from then you probably remember the '90s cartoon where he's got
Yeah.
the
And he wasn't
alligators.
wearing his coat either, so it's just there's a lot to his design, but I think it as a grown adult now, I can see what they were going for, and I think it works,
Yeah,
and I enjoy the fact, that they show him have some smart stills a like, I love the part where he throws them through the wall and he mixes together the chemicals real quick.
yeah,
I it's just like a little detail that I'm like, he's still super smart.
yeah, it's literally just Connors' mind in a giant lizard body.
Yeah.
Which, I mean, he usually is like that in the cartoons and stuff too. I mean, the '90s cartoon, he's still doing stuff as a lizard. Like, he's making because that's, like, one of the first episodes, I think, is the lizard episode. 'Cause I remember trying to, like, just watch it one time, and
Oh,
that
the
was
'90s? Yeah.
one of the first episodes is literally the lizard,
Yeah,
and
the
he's
lizard.
doing shit as the lizard, like, he's making, like, beams and shit.
Mhm.
So, I mean, that's usually the way it goes. Usually, he
Yeah.
doesn't become, like, a fucking monster. In Some Night Spider-Man 2, though, he does. But that's different.
Yeah, the lizard's always it just depends on who's writing him at that
Yeah.
point, what they want. Do they want a guy who's on the same par as Peter with strength and smarts, or do they want just a
Just a
fucking
brute.
monster?
Yeah.
Yeah, and this movie does a really good job. There's multiple scenes where they really, like, highlight Spider-Man being a spider.
Yes, and I even said that was another part that I really like about this movie is he does more aspects that fit Spider-Man. Like,
Yeah.
Tobey doesn't really do any spider
No,
things
exactly.
at all. But and I think they only really step into it in this movie. I don't remember them doing it in too much in the second one, but obviously you have the part where he sets up a trap web,
Mhm.
where he does all the forget what they're called exactly. They're called, like, lead lines for, like, the webs, the ones that vibrate.
Yeah.
They're called something.
I
It's
don't
probably something basic. They're gonna be just fucking vibrating lines. But he sets up a bunch of those through a bunch of sewer grates trying to catch the lizard.
know. Mhm.
And I'm like, "Kudos. That's really fucking cool." No other Spider-Man does that shit.
No.
Definitely not Tom Holland, who's just Iron Man Jr. I mean,
Yeah.
everybody makes that comparison, I agree.
I also don't totally. He also does the scene in the school where he crawls on wood. It's
Yes.
fucking amazing,
Which,
dude.
mind you, first watching as a kid, didn't really notice, didn't care. Then I watched somebody talk about that, and I was like, you know, that's valid. I never because, 90s cartoon, he doesn't really do anything spider either,
Mm.
like that. But then being like, "Oh, I mean, yeah, I guess he does do more spider things." And that gave me that perspective of like, "Okay, yeah, I mean, that is cool." They took a different approach with him doing that, and it's cool that they do that
Yeah.
because he is a Spider-Man, like, that's the point, like, he's
Mhm.
supposed to be part spider. So him actually maneuvering like that every once in a while is like, that's cool. It's just interesting to see.
Yeah, I'm glad you bring up that, like, Toby doesn't do he's Spider-Man, but like, he doesn't do Spider-Man's very acrobatic. He doesn't do any, like, acrobatics in Toby's movie, really, all that much.
No, not the same way that Andrew does.
Andrew, throughout the whole movie, he's fucking sliding under people, he's
He's
jumping around
parkouring.
them, he's parkouring.
Even when he swings, he does a lot more of, like,
Yeah,
bouncing
Toby's just
between
like,
walls and
"Yeah,
shit.
yeah, yeah."
Yeah, sure, yeah.
And Andrew's, like, doing different, like, flips and shit, and he's, like, you doing the web zips,
Yeah,
instead of just
like the
swinging.
slingshot.
He's crawling up the wall real fast, and he's using the slingshot. Yeah, he does that, like, twice in this movie
Yeah.
alone. And it just really even in the final fight with Lizard, like, there's a lot of Andrew just dodging Lizard
Yeah,
because that's what he's
a
doing.
lot of great mobility, which is what he's
Very
supposed to
good
be. He's a
mobility.
very agile
He's
superhero,
very
but
agile, yeah.
he's strong, but he's not that's not his key thing. He's not Hulk. He's not supposed to just,
Yeah.
"I punch." Like, his whole thing is about
I
being faster
punch.
and more, agile and flexible than usually most of his rogues,
Which makes his fight scenes really good. It's not
as long
just
as they're
punching
done
each
right.
other.
Yeah, as long as they're done right.
Yeah, because like, in Toby's like, all his fight scenes, honestly, they're not the greatest. Like, you have the Doc Ock fight, which is good, but it's
Yeah.
really just them punching each other.
And I mean, I'll blame that on older movies.
Yeah,
I'll give them
of
the credit
course.
of obviously that and I'm not gonna say back then fight coordination wasn't as good. I mean, you look at like a lot of the '90s martial arts, and it's
They just
great.
didn't know how to handle Spider-Man.
Yeah, they didn't know how to blend martial arts level of like coordination with fights with superpowered humans.
Yeah.
And I feel like eventually we finally got to that point where I mean, obviously they're not as superpowered, but like Captain America and Bucky's fight in Winter Soldier,
Yeah.
fantastically choreographed.
It's very yeah,
Like,
'cause
they learn where they're at, and they really try to apply it to everybody
mhm,
more. Certain people, it's harder, like Hulk. Hulk doesn't know fucking MMA. Like, he's just gonna punch,
he's just gonna
and
punch
he's
his
not gonna
mouth.
fucking throw, like, Sabat elbows and shit. I mean, if he did, I'd be like, "Oh, shit." But that's not gonna happen. So, I mean, certain people deserve to have better choreography than other people,
Mhm.
and Spider-Man is one of those people that you almost have to choreograph his stuff like a dance,
Yeah.
not a fight,
Uh
because that's the way he fights.
Exactly. And, just in this one movie alone, we get, more quips, we get more acrobatics, we get more, like, web stuff, we get more, just Spider-Man being Spider-Man than all 3 of Tobey's movies
What
combined.
did I rate the first Tobey Spider? We have that on the list, don't we? Hold on. I gotta see, because like, the more we talk about this, I'm like, my score has to at least be higher than the first Spider-Man, which I know I actually didn't rate that high.
That's a good question.
I'm pretty sure I wrote this down, did I not?
I feel like we did as well. Yeah, right here. Oh, I didn't put down the Marvel ones.
Oh, they're all on the
Hold on.
computer, huh? Yeah. It's gotta be like a 7 as well, which if it is, I'll give this a point 5 because I actually do like this more than I like the first. 8.5. I guess Spider-Man 1 and 8.5?
Oh, 7
I was gonna say, that doesn't sound right.
7.5.
Oh, shit. Well, man, I think because even if I give it a point 0.5 more, it just matches. But I don't this movie's not an 8. Yeah, okay, I'll change my score. I'll go up to 7.5. That matches the first one of Toby. there's certain parts of the first one with Tobey I like more. Obviously, Willem Dafoe Green Goblin's a huge one. I think his villain is way better than Connor's. I think
Yeah.
Connor's is solid, but Willem Dafoe fits that Green Goblin role in a way better way. And I know a lot of people actually don't like the Goblin mask. Like, even
Yeah.
I mean, a shout out to
I love it.
Escape Pod, but they had what's his name? Robert Einfield?
Oh,
Robert
Rob
Liefeld.
Liefeld.
Rob Liefeld.
Life.
I was pretty fucking close.
Yeah.
I'm really bad at names. I was not bad. But and he was like, "No, I don't." They're he was like, "I don't like his mask," and he thought they were gonna agree with him. And he's like, "Yeah, you don't like the motor helmet? Like they have it. They have the helmet.
Yeah.
I think that helmet's really fucking cool."
It's cool.
I did you see the mask they were gonna go with though? That actually looked like a goblin mask.
Yeah.
I think the mask was also pretty cool, but I think I like what they went with better.
It would've been way too campy in my opinion for the movie they were going for.
Sure, but the Spider-Man would've had to look different too at that
Yeah.
point. Like you'd have to go campier. But I'm just saying, like, yeah, the Willem Dafoe Green Goblin does a lot for me in the first one. Um, man, I'm gonna just have to lower the first one. I might have to put that at a flat 7.
Out of all the Spider-Man movies, including TASM 2, this is the one I've watched the most. I've watched this movie, not even kidding, no over exaggeration here, probably like 35 times
Wow,
throughout my life since 2012.
that's crazy.
It,
This is probably the 3rd
what? Like
for
the
me.
most watched?
No, I'm saying 3rd time I've seen it.
Oh,
You know me, I'm not a rewatcher
yeah.
like that. So I mean, 3 even is pretty high.
Yeah, I used to go back and forth between this one and TASM 2 is my favorite because I love the story in this one more than TASM 2's
Mhm.
story. Because obviously the origin I love Spider-Man's origin story.
Right.
I love Gwen and their, relationship. I love, all the acting from Andrew and, Captain Stacy's death is great, we said. Ben's death is great, we said. And I think the fight scenes are good too. Um, but now
Andrew's a
I'm
better
just
actor, just period.
Andrew's just a overall just it's not even close. It's
No.
not even like an argument.
Like, people who are hard Tobey defenders, I'm sorry, guys, like, this guy is just a better actor than Tobey is. In the Spider-Man movies, again, he does do other projects really well, like I always forget the name, the War movie, and obviously Seabiscuit,
Brothers.
Brothers. Great performances from him. I
Great.
wish he could have brought that emotional depth to these movies, 'cause he
Yeah.
just didn't have it, like,
Mhm.
Ben's death wasn't that emotional, and maybe in the hospital wasn't that emotional, like, he just
Even
didn't.
yeah, even that scene where he's admitting to Aunt May that it was his fault that Uncle Ben died, it's like his acting there is so stale.
Yeah, like, it's and people can say bad writing. Listen, people have worked with worse writing. Aiden Christensen. Just
Yeah.
saying. Like, it's not it's just doesn't he wasn't putting it in there for me. Andrew in one movie outscales all of his acting in the 3 movies he has, in my opinion,
Yeah.
with emotion, at least.
Yeah, oh my dude, he kills it, man, like, you have the him breaking up with Gwen scene at the end, he's like such good acting there, you both the death scene's great. Any scene with Aunt May where he's like, "Please go to sleep." I'm like, "Oh my god, bro."
Yeah.
This movie's filled with great acting. Emma Stone kills it, the Aunt May actress, fuck, I don't know her name, kills it.
Uh-huh.
Dr. Connors does a pretty good job, I mean,
He's not
from
really
what
in
he's
it that
given.
much, yeah, he's not like, that would probably be another issue I have with this movie, they rushed the Connors as the lizard thing quick, like, we took a long time to get like, it took us, like,
Yeah, I can see that.
40 minutes to get to Connors, and then Connors was the lizard by, like, 55,
Yeah.
like, 15 minutes, and he was just like,
Well, it's just because of pure evil businessman, which is
yeah.
crazy.
"I'm just gonna give this to the VA." What the
I'm
fuck?
gonna give this to veterans and,
Yeah.
they're all gonna die, I
Yeah,
don't
this
care.
crippled guy in a wheelchair, I'm gonna make him a lizard. See what happens.
Yeah, it's there are problems with this movie, and I've said a lot of the problems myself, and I understand all these problems. I just don't care
Yeah.
because as a Spider-Man fan, someone who knows comics, someone who's seen all the movies, someone who's played the video games, watched the
Now
cartoons.
I will say this though, because obviously your score, because you're saying it has a lot of problems, there's personal bias. If you took out personal bias, what would you actually? Because
Um,
there's got to be at least a point worth of personal bias for sure.
yeah, I was thinking nine's kinda high, I'd probably, like, legit be an 8.5, but then thinking of see, the problems even the problems that I have seen aren't big enough to lower what is good in this movie. Like, the highs of this movie are way better than the lows
I
of this
still think
movie.
I think you're a little clouded though. I think just a little bit by how
'Cause
much you
I
enjoy
understand
it.
the parent stuff being but it's not even that bad in this movie. There's one scene at the very beginning of it
Yeah,
that's
no,
never
it's. I'm just saying it's useless. It's useless exposition, really.
it all is not useless because it's a way for Peter to get into that he learns of his father. He learns that his father worked with Dr. Connors. He learns Dr. Connors works at Oscorp.
Okay,
He
fair
goes to
enough.
Oscorp.
But
He gets bit by the spider at
But
Oscorp.
okay, but that still means you could have taken away the entire beginning scene and just had the find the briefcase scene, and it would be fine. It would work.
Well, that would've been even more confusing because then you're like, "Wait, what? Why is this briefcase so important?" Like
Not really.
Yeah, because then why is it there? Why is it so important to Uncle Ben and Aunt May that he found this? Like, "Oh my god, he found the briefcase. What's these papers in there?" Like,
But that's the thing,
it just
you figure it out as he goes and sees Connors. Well, you already have the whole exposition of what the fuck is going on from that part they give you, but you could have figured it out just the same pace if you just found it
that's
and then
not
been like, "Oh,
exposition,
Dr.
though.
Connors." It would've worked fine. I'm just saying,
What
it was
you're wanting
unnecessary.
is exposition. You're wanting him to find all this stuff and then have Dr. Kirk Connors just tell us in the movie what happened. That's exposition. What we got was
No, no.
show, not tell.
No, no, no. What I'm saying is if he had found the briefcase and gone and talked to Connors and everything else went exactly the way it was supposed to, because he would have still figured out what was going with the code because he found the file that the guy was carrying when he was going to the spiders. It would have worked out without that scene, I'm just saying. Like, pretty much everything that happened would have worked out without us seeing the beginning of
Yeah,
them
but
getting
we
robbed and
would be
everything.
confused. That's what you're not understanding. Like, you could take out the very beginning 5 minutes of the parent stuff, which is it's literally, like, not even 5 minutes
It's
almost.
longer than 5 minutes.
It's not.
It's gotta be longer than 5 minutes.
It's him walking around the house, they leave, and then they go to Aunt May, and then it transitions right
I'm
into
saying
him at
10
school.
minutes. Say 10 minutes.
I don't even think it's 10
I'm saying
minutes.
10 minutes.
Um,
But anyways, but what I'm saying
you're
is
saying get rid of that. To us, if we don't see that, we will just be like, "Okay, yeah, he's living with his parents," and then he finds this random thing, and he's like, "Oh, my dad, this is my dad's thing." And it's like, "Well, not who's your dad? Like, why is this so important to you? Why are these files so important? Like, who what?"
well,
And then now
everybody
you
still
need
knows that Peter doesn't have his parents, so anything that
yes,
relates
but
to his
now you
parents.
need someone to tell you what happened. So instead of getting the show they show, don't tell us, you would get to tell us now, which is exposition.
But they don't even show anything. They don't show
They
what
show that
happened
he
to
is a
them,
scientist and he had an important thing,
and he
and
leaves,
that's it. That's all
right?
you
And he
need.
leaves, but that's what I'm saying. They
If they
don't
don't
show any
show that,
conclusion of
you would
that.
have to explain it all. Dr. Connors would they'd have to have a whole scene of him being like, "Oh, Peter, your father was a scientist and we worked together and we did this thing with the spiders. And then when the spiders were found out to be this, you had to leave and you just vanished. And
He
then they
does do
left you
that.
with it."
He practically does do
He
that.
says he says that he made spiders and worked with him, and that's it.
And then and then he vanished. Like, that's all you needed. That's what he says in the scene when they go to the kitchen is all you need. Which is he did things with spiders, and then you get the other exposition where you know that the other guy was trying to push human trials because he says, just like with you, what happened with you and Parker last time is going to happen again. If you don't do this, I'm going to take away your toys. You see the whole thing without needing that part. That's all I'm saying. The only difference is you know clearly what's happening, and you don't get to find it out with the movie. They just tell you like, oh, he's a scientist. He had a file. He left. You get that
Yeah.
whole explanation just fine without that part by looking at the fucking rest of the scenes. All I'm saying. It's a wasted 5-10 minutes.
That's not even a waste though. Like, I don't find any of this to be a waste because it intrigues me. It's something different.
I'm just saying from the way they tell it, you don't need it, is all I'm saying. And that's why I say it's a waste. It's like doubling up on itself when it's unnecessary, is what I'm saying. Because you could have got the exact same explanation from just what they give you after that fact. The only difference is you know already. So you get the clearer picture, but you can fucking figure it out just fine from what they show you after the fact.
Yeah, I mean, I guess. Like, I understand what you're saying. It's just
No,
I
I
would
know.
not
I'm
have
just
preferred
saying.
that.
Anyway, so your real score without bias, you're saying 8.5.
No, I would say my real score with bias is 8.5. Without bias, I'm moving it down from a 9
Oh, I see.
because I was just going off I've watched this movie twice in 2 days.
I'd have been fine with you saying 9. I don't
No, but
care.
I'm thinking about it
I
just
just
like
know that you have a bias, so I'm curious what your actual because you're
yeah,
more of a cinephile than I am.
uh, which is why I can look at this stuff and the stuff that a lot of people don't like, I can see as not being the bad parts. Like, I am like, when I said there's bad
You're
parts
a
to this
generous cinephile because most cinephiles do not look at bad and find the good in it. They're just like, "That's bad."
well, if it's a character I'm so passionate about, I can do that.
Well, but again, that's bias.
Like, Obi-Wan is a I'm a way off topic, Obi-Wan is a bad show, but I love Darth Vader, so I would give it its
Sure, fair
props.
enough.
Um, so, like, I can look at the bad in this movie, and I can understand why people who don't read comics and don't, like, ingest Spider-Man like I do
Mhm.
would see all of this, go from Sam Raimi's trilogy and go from this and see it and be like, "This is not good." That's what I'm saying. I still think the bad in this movie is good. There's very few bad things that I also believe is bad. Like, the web thing is bad in my opinion.
That's for sure bad.
Um, I think there was one I don't even remember. There was
You
one
said one
more.
more. Yeah, you said one more. What was it? Oh,
Uh,
shit. It was web and some oh, man. I can't remember.
oh, the his impactfulness of Uncle Ben's death.
Yes, 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 yes.
Those are 2 things that I feel like are
Just bad.
bad,
Predominantly, yes.
that there's
For
really no
sure.
good out of them
Yeah, no, you
besides the
there's
acting in those scenes,
y
but
No, I 100% agree. Those ones are just pure
There's
bad.
no good in those.
No.
So, like, with those only 2 things that I also agree are bad, which are I will give you they're pretty big for Spider-Man
Yeah,
to be bad.
pretty huge.
I guess I could go like an 8, but everything else I enjoy. I like the parent stuff. I like his suit, I like the lizard, I like the story, I like the relationship, I like Aunt May and Uncle Ben. I like to see Uncle Ben dies. I don't agree that it's as impactful, but it's still good.
Yeah, I mean, the
Um,
acting is what pulls it up
yeah,
is what I would say makes it equal to Tobey's. I wouldn't say it's better. I would say the acting pulls it up from being a worse impact, like, it doesn't hit the
yeah,
same,
yeah,
but at least the acting is better, so I'm like, I give 'em about the same.
yeah. Um,
That's
so
why these movies
so
are the same ranking. I think that's actually fine. I'm fine with that
yeah,
for me.
and my so that's like goes to show you that even with my bias, it's still only a point 0.5 higher than with my unbiased. And even with my unbiased, I'm still being a little biased. It's
Of
very
course.
hard for me to get out of being
No, of
biased
course, and I
because I've
understand
grown
that.
up with these movies and I've since day one have been these movies are
I
fantastic.
mean, it's the same way I was with Iron Man, where I was like, I can't give it below like a n well, I mean, I've gone back on my word like twice that I coulda gone like down to an 8.5 and 8 realistically,
Yeah.
but I love Iron Man. Like, that was my
Mhm.
first stepping stone into
Exactly.
Marvel and everything, 'cause I didn't read comics.
Yeah.
So, obviously, yes, I have bias in my movie as well. So, like, if I took away my bias, it's probably like an 8, 8.5, which I think is what you gave it, because I give it a 9.5, and I'm standing
With
strong in
Iron
that.
Man?
Iron Man, yeah.
Yeah, I think 8.5.
Yeah, and I'm standing strong on my 9.5 bias. That's bias. I ain't gonna lie, but I mean, it's
Yeah, no,
opinionated.
yeah, I got you.
And that's why I'm like, I don't care if you wanna give it a 9, bro, it's your opinion. I mean, if you really love a movie and impacted you personally,
Well, I'm
you
only
can give it a
moving it
9.
down to 8.5 because I know how much I like TASM 2 better.
Oh,
Um,
right, so it makes sense that you have to lower it to be like, TASM 2, 10.
yeah, because a 9 to 10 is not as big of a difference as an 8.5 to 10.
Yeah, it's a 1.5 difference.
Spoilers for what I think of TASM 2. Um,
You dead ass into the 10.
yes.
Oh
Um,
my neck. Every time I heard.
what was I just about to say? Shit. Oh, a big reasoning is I watched this movie twice in 2 days. We watched it today in filming, and also yesterday I watched it, and both times I was not once bored, which tells you something. If I like, obviously, that's still biased, but I'm not sitting there and being like, "Oh, okay." Like, usually when I watch even with Star Wars, I'll watch one of the Star Warses and be like, "Okay, here comes the scene. Let me just get through this, and we'll
Right,
get
the
the peak."
lulls.
The lulls. This movie, I don't find any lulls.
Oh,
I find
shit.
the good every time Andrew's on screen, I think it's peak. I fucking love Andrew Garfield's Peter. I love his Spider-Man. I think he's probably one of my all-time favorite actors. Everything he does, The Social Network, Hacksaw Ridge. Um, I wish I would see more of his movies, but honestly, he just does products I don't find interesting besides those ones I just named. Um, every time I see him in something, I enjoy it.
Did you ever watch the one where it's like he's doing like a play or a musical or something with a girl?
Yeah,
It's like a romance?
it's a movie about the guy who wrote the play Rent.
Mm,
Um, and it has great songs. I just didn't vibe with the story. Like, I didn't
okay.
really like it too
I
much.
saw it seemed like a pretty good, like, movie of, like, drama and romance.
It's
Or
okay. It's
I'm just
weird.
it's off topic. I just like
Yeah,
because 'cause
no,
you're
I
saying how
got
much you
you,
like
and
Andrew.
it's not off topic. Andrew Garfield's in it.
Yeah.
Um,
But no, Hacksaw Ridge, great. That's I didn't
Yes,
see Social Network, so I have nothing to say about that.
that's a good movie,
But
dude.
I've seen a couple of clips. I've seen obviously, when he loses all his fucking shares or whatever, or they cut his stocks.
Oh, yeah,
And
Justin Timberlake's there?
yeah.
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 Yeah, and that's the best part about that movie is that Andrew is the good guy, so I'm team Andrew in Social Network, fuck Mark Zuckerberg. Bomb.
Just flash. It's like those memes where it's like, "Hey, I saw a gas in here." Just
Yeah,
signal connect.
um, so I can go on and on about these movies. I'm gonna go on and on about TASM 2. That's gonna be a long episode. That's why it has its o we're that's the only movie we're talking about in that episode.
I'm just gonna be sitting here with, like, glasses on so they can't see that I'm sleeping.
Yeah. One last little dig to Toby's movies. The quip counter in this movie was 16, and that was
Oh, that's
being
right, I
generous.
forgot you were counting.
That was being generous. I didn't take any of the scenes, where he's just like, there's a scene in the school where he's webbing up the lizard, and he pulls out, like, the sword, basically. He makes him a sword. Remember the locker?
Mhm.
And he goes, "Oh, boy." I didn't count the "Oh, boy" there
Okay, fair
because
enough. Yeah, that's not
I
really a
didn't
quip.
count any of but that one was a quip. Toby says it a lot because that's just his writing. That was a Andrew never says, "Oh, boy." He says it there once. I count that as a quip, but I never counted any time Toby said, "Oh, boy," or "Aw, geez,"
Yeah.
because
Oh, crap.
Yeah, I didn't count those, so I didn't
Right.
count that. So I'm
Yeah,
being
no.
generous with this one. There's a lot of quips in here that I would count as quips, but I didn't add them. So, like, 10 of those are from the fucking carjacker scene
Yeah,
up until he swings away.
he really goes hard in that carjacker scene. They were like, "Less people complained about the last Spider-Man's having no quips, so throw in more quips." And Andrew's like, "Okay."
Yeah, yeah, I'm swinging here, I'm swinging it, like, it
Yeah,
oh, bust, "Hey, everybody," as he's getting fucking
yeah.
just mauled.
No, he like that, and that's what I like. That's, I mean, that's why, to me, still peak Spider-Man is Insomniac. Obviously, live action
Yeah.
is way different. Video games, they have much more freedom to do shit, but Insomniac Spider-Man eats with quips. I mean,
Oh, yeah, yeah, yeah.
I didn't do a
You're
quip
he bro?
I didn't do a quip meter, obviously, because I didn't fucking think about it, but, I mean, I'm sure there's at least 100, 200 of those
Keeping
bitches.
count of the game? Oh my god.
Yeah, because I mean, also
'Cause there's
just
all this,
when you
swinging
yeah,
talking.
swinging, talking with, other people. I couldn't think of the love interest. I was like, "Gwen, no, it's Mary Jane." I couldn't think of who it was in that one. But yeah, no, he's got tons. I mean, even just the black cat with, like, him think, "Is it my kid?" Like that,
Yeah.
like those parts was like, "Am I ready to be a father? I guess I could be a father."
Yeah, talk he equips to himself in that game,
Yeah.
which is what Spider-Man's supposed to do, and that's why it's so good.
Yeah.
Um, Imma end it there. Uh, TASM talk over. I give it
How long
an
is this episode?
8.5.
Where are we at?
I don't know, what's that over there?
58. Dude,
Yeah.
we still have a lot to do.
We're just talking about,
Brand new day.
Brand New Day, yeah.
Did you see that the Escape Pod did a whole episode on that?
Yeah,
59 minutes of
yeah.
just talking about the trailer pretty much?
Yeah, it reminded me of our episode because it felt very, like, unscripted and, like,
Yeah.
they were just, like, trying to find out stuff to talk about.
Well, that's pretty much what we do anyway.
Yeah,
Well,
exactly.
yeah, it seems to be that's good.
So
Oh, yeah.
shut the fuck up.
Yeah, yeah.
Um, as of recording this episode, 2 days ago, the trailer for Spider-Man: Brand New Day came out. Um,
Oh,
we
gosh,
probably
it's so
should
hard to
have
look at the camera.
recorded a reaction to it, but I watched that I was 2 came out like 3 in the morning. I watched it instantly. I couldn't wait.
Yeah.
So that's my
What's
bad.
funny too, I looked because it didn't come on 3 in the morning because I would have known because that morning I looked at my phone because I had heard rumors we were getting out Wednesday.
Mhm.
And I looked when I woke up at 3 in the morning and there was nothing. Or there was like that small teaser one they had, which was a bunch of the scenes cut randomly from the trailer that we got.
Yeah, they were releasing them in, like, 2-second segments before the
Yeah,
trailer
like
actually
that's
came
what
out.
I saw and I was like, this looks like it'd be fake still. Because there was a couple of fake ones like months ago and I was
Yeah,
like,
yeah, yeah.
I don't know. And then you text me and I was like, oh, like 2 hours after that, I was like, oh, now we got it.
It was not 2 hours because I said it came out 40 minutes ago, so it was probably 3:40.
I just missed it then, because like, I literally at the table eating breakfast, I have the phone, I was looking at it,
Mhm.
just missed him, I guess.
Yeah, it came out, uh, we should have done a review not a review, a reaction to it. We'll do that for Doomsday, so if any don't watch the trailers for Doomsday when they come out, we'll do reactions
Oh,
for it.
great, that'll be so fucking easy.
It's gonna I'm gonna kill myself.
I'm
I've
gonna have
never
to
done that.
it'll be like a work day, I'll have to come over that day just to do that bit of content.
Yeah, I've never not watched the trailer when it came out, especially for something like Marvel.
Yeah,
So I'm gonna literally be tweaking. I'm gonna be like,
yeah.
"Brandon, please. Brandon, please come over."
I like come over here like bones.
Yeah. So let's just talk about it real quick. I'm very fucking excited for this movie.
I'm so excited. I think this has potential to be the best Spider-Man movie we've ever had. I
Maybe
know that's
we'll
a bold
see.
claim,
It's a bold claim.
but I think so.
Um, I think it's gonna be better than No Way Home. Uh, I still am holding out that I think TASM 2 is probably still gonna be better than this movie because purely based off of you told me, you like the human spider stuff. Based off this trailer, it's looking like we might get the human spider
We
stuff.
might.
I'm not a big fan of the human spider stuff.
I like that story. I especially like it in the '90s, the cartoon. I remember
Yeah,
that being one of my favorite episodes.
I'm not a big fan of it. I don't hate it. I'm just not like human spider. So if but we might not get that. I've also seen I've seen the theory that we're being totally faked out and he's not getting organic webbing. He is like that scene where he does that.
Mhm.
I've heard the theory that that's Daredevil who catches him with his baton. I've heard the theory.
Oh,
But then it also raises the question, why is he in a web cocoon?
right,
So
yeah,
he has to have some form of organic webbing or something
sure.
where there's another fucking spider person, which that would be insane.
Yeah, Miles Morales shows up.
Yeah.
What the fuck?
Or the
It is a brand new day.
because then there's still that actress. She's in
Oh,
Stranger
well,
Things.
she's already confirmed. She's gonna be, Jean Grey.
It's not confirmed.
She's Jean Grey. Did you see also in the trailer we see Rogue? Most people are assuming. Very unique hairstyle on the bus. You see her for only a second, but it's a
Oh, on the
girl,
when he's, like,
and
smashed up against
she's
the
got
wall?
the white hair streak just like Rogue One, and that's a very unique hairstyle to give a
Yeah.
random person. And because they're leaning into that mutation side of it, it makes sense. They're gonna be there. It's
Yeah.
how they tie it to they need to tie it because Doomsday, we get these fucking people.
Yeah, so I'm hoping that they're not going the human spider route and they're just going to they're trying to like hammer in that Spider-Man is a mutant in this universe. Because like with comic books, that has been a storyline, but comic books change shit all the time.
Of course.
So I think they're in this adaptation of Spider-Man, they're trying to lean into the mutant stuff because they're trying to bring X-Men into the MCU, and that's gonna be a whole thing. X-Men versus Avengers, is gonna be a whole thing. So that which in that case, I'm happy with this because I kinda want that adaptation to lean towards Spider-Man joining the X-Men or not joining, but, like, working with the X-Men
Yeah.
more and stuff like that. The hands in this, movie, though, if you don't do Daredevil, what the fuck are you doing?
There are people who are like, "It's not gonna happen, it's a cop out." I'm like, "You're insane. How are you gonna throw the main
Antagonist of
antagonist
Daredevil.
of Daredevil. And Punisher's here.
And Punisher.
Like, there's no reason Daredevil didn't show up. If he's not in this fucking movie, minus 2 points. And I haven't even seen a Daredevil
Yeah.
project except for fucking what's his name? Matt Damon?
Yeah.
Matt Damon's
Ben Affleck.
Daredevil. Ben Affleck. I'm just like, there's no way you throw the Hand, Frank Castle, and Spider-Man. If fucking Elektra is somehow in this bitch too and we don't get Daredevil, I need to punch somebody. How do you just what a fumble of the bag that is. Like, are you
Yeah.
stupid?
Well, I've heard, that in season 2 of Daredevil Brand New Day that's coming out here in, like, a week, I think. It's very close.
Which is unfortunate because that's way on
Yeah.
down our fucking list of shit to watch.
I've heard that, Frank Castle, Punisher, is not gonna be in that season, and it's like, well, it's because he's doing Spider-Man, so he's like so people were saying as Spider-Man's happening, Daredevil's happening, so he's not gonna be in the movie.
There's no way. I call bullshit. There's no
Yeah.
way.
I think they're doing this No Way Home thing, and that final shot in the trailer where he's jumping at the hand, I think Daredevil's with them.
Yeah,
I think
100%.
Daredevil's with him
Because it would
100%.
make sense because they even circle out. There's 2 spots. You got Frank and fucking
Frank's not gonna be there. He's not jumping down like that. He's not acrobatic like that. It's Daredevil and Spider-Man. It's gonna be them
Okay.
2, 'cause there's 6 ninjas jumping at Spider-Man.
Yeah.
3 of them look like they're going up towards
Yeah, and
Spider-Man,
3
3 of
look
them
like
are
they're
going straight.
Yeah.
So it's Daredevil, he's there.
We're getting
I've
Charlie
I've
Cox.
played these games before.
Yeah. I've played these games before.
Daredevil's there. Some people were saying Hulk's there with them. No. Hulk is not fighting ninjas.
I
He's
was saying
destroying
Hulk just
ninjas.
rip in half.
Yeah.
Rip and tear.
But that leads who the fuck is the villain in this movie? Scorpion
Mr.
we
Negative.
saw. We had rumors of Mr. Negative.
I can tell you why it's negative. The old lady in the tank. They're taking a different twist on him. That's definitely negative.
It's possession. That Mr. Negative does not possess people.
Maybe
He
not the
corrupts
iteration
them.
that you know, but there's no guarantee that's not Mr. Negative.
I hate that then.
They can take a twist.
The fact that he's
'Cause-
jumping from person to person means Mr. Negative is jumping between people? No.
Or he's one of those guys that's like how he is in the game, where he's Martin Lee. He's just a guy in the background, and he's like toying with things to like.
No,
fool
he's not
Spider-Man.
because one of the guards literally looks at Spider-Man, smiles, and nods at him, and then jumps to the other guy. So it's someone in the body. The biggest theory is that it's a demon called not the hand. That's the ninjas.
Mephisto?
It's a demon, not Mephisto. A demon that the hand follow. I forget. It was in. My friend told us about it. Fucking Christ, give me a sec.
I would know this. I'll tell you that right now.
I didn't know it either until he told me about it. So I was like, oh, fuck, they talk so much in this fucking Discord.
Oh,
The Beast. The Beast.
The Beast?
He's called the Beast.
We're getting Beast in this movie too? Let's go. No,
and it's a demon that the hand worship. And that's the leading theory right now. Is that is who is hopping between bodies.
Okay.
Because if they go that route where Mr. Negative is hopping, I fucking no. You've lost. That's minus 2
Sure.
points.
I mean, Mr. Negative can still show up.
Mr. Negative's a new villain, like newer, and you're already changing him that drastically. I want him to be in the movie. I want him to be the leading cause as to why Savage Hulk will happen.
Yes.
Because that makes the most sense to me.
Well, also this jumping would be fine too. If he jumps into the body and you can get Savage Hulk that way with the Beast.
With the Beast, yeah.
So,
I'm saying Mr. Negative though should not be jumping between people.
Sure.
So you have but you also have like a lot of you have Scorpion.
Yeah, all those pictures, which
comic covers,
comic covers,
fucking hype.
That's really cool.
So nice.
And there's a lot of he's got a lot of his low tier villains.
There's Tarantula, Boomerang, I think his name.
Boomerang.
And then there's obviously Amazing Fantasy 15. Fucking, I don't know how it took this long to get a fucking homage to that.
Yeah.
Amazing. But we have Scorpion. We have obviously that's gonna be like a montage. Now I'm not gonna count those villains like
I don't know.
Tarantula.
Scorpion seems like he might get more screen
No,
time.
I'm not saying
Oh, the other
Tarantula
guys.
and
Yeah, yeah, yeah,
Boomerang.
yeah, yeah.
Scorpion, Mr. Negative, maybe the Hand, the Beast, maybe.
Yeah.
A lot of people. There's also a theory that it's Jean Grey hopping between people.
But that doesn't sit right with her.
Why
I
is
mean,
she doing
yeah,
this?
because even if she's Phoenix, that's like baby shit to her.
And why would her first appearance in the MCU be Phoenix? That's
And
the wrong direction.
I mean, if you do that, that's fine, but she has to show up, like, at the end of the movie, like, "Oh, shit," like, leading to Doomsday levels of gargantuan bullshit's gonna happen.
There's also
You can't
that,
have
you
her
know?
just be there and be like, like, she can't be, like, B-list villaining. If she's gonna be a villain, it's only when she's Phoenix, and when she's Phoenix, she's a galactic threat.
Mhm.
She's fucking cosmic. That's way different. That's like, where the fuck is the Fantastic Four? Doom!
Yeah, so this is all and we won't know it's only 4 months away, which is good. Maybe we're like 3 months
I
actually
would
at
say
this
it's
point.
June, isn't it?
I think so.
It's July? Something like that.
June or July, one of the
It's
J's.
gonna come so fucking fast, it doesn't even matter.
I'm very excited. I think I talked about everything I really wanted to talk about. Uh, I'm worried that this movie might be too dark and depressing.
No, I don't think so, and this is the main reason why. Holland Spider-Man is the one with the least depressing shit has happened to, out of, like, all our other Spider-Man. Like, it
Yeah,
all of his I mean, unless you count him dying, but he didn't really die because he came back. Obviously, the only depressing thing that really happened so far is No Way Home when he does the "Make everybody forget about me," but which is what ties into this.
and
That's
Aunt
the
May
aftermath
dying,
of that.
and Uncle Ben dying, and Tony Stark dying.
Uncle Ben.
Well, his Uncle Ben died. You just don't see it on screen because they skipped that part, but his Uncle Ben still died, and it was his fault. They hinted at Civil War. He's like he says the responsibility line differently as well.
Mm.
So you have Aunt May, Uncle Ben, Tony Stark. You also I would say that the whole world's forgetting who you are, including your girlfriend and best friend, is probably the darkest thing that happened to any Spider-Man.
Yeah, no, that's pretty bad. I
Even
forgot
more than Gwen
I'm
dying.
not gonna lie, I forgot about I wasn't thinking about Uncle Ben 'cause they don't show it, I was thinking about May, and I forgot about Tony, which is unfortunate because, like I said, I love Tony, but I was just thinking, like, his stuff, I forgot
Yeah,
that he's Iron Boy Jr., and
got that.
so yeesh. You know what's
So
funny too? Have you seen I saw somebody post and they were like, "Man, I'm watching this new trailer and how people are so happy he's depressed just makes you think of that line from Defoe. Everyone
yeah,
loves a hero." But
so
what
you
people
fail,
love
fall,
yeah.
die trying.
Yeah, I'm like,
Yeah,
"Fuck." I'm like,
yeah,
"It's true though, because 'cause I'm like, "He's so sad, let's go."
yeah. So this is my whole point. Is the whole trailer? I'm almost feeling like it's very dark. Like obviously, I don't. So holy shit. This is leading into me saying that I want Tom to quit. He needs to quit, and he has a little bit. He says, "Go home to
That's
Punisher."
not a
It's not
hard
really
quip.
quit,
I
but he
right,
shoots him in the mouth. It's kinda funny.
and that's the thing too, because I was watching and I was like, "Okay, he's really depressed, so I hope they don't lean into him not quipping because he's
Yeah,
depressed. I'd rather them lean into he's quipping
to
because he's
hide the
yeah,
depression, the
to
coping
yeah, to cope, a coping because that's a
coping
huge
mechanism.
coping mechanism
That
is
yes,
laughter, is
yes,
like, you know,
because
doing stuff like that.
that's how it is in the comics, man. Peter
Exactly.
fucking goes through the fucking his best friend in the whole world dying in his arms, and then 1 minute later, Spider-Man quipping to the bad guy who killed him, and it's like,
That's
that's
his
how he
cope.
copes.
Exactly, like, if they get rid of that, big minus. That's a huge
Yes.
minus because that's not understanding the character again. Even I know that, and again, I'm not as big of a nerd
Mhm.
on that kind of stuff as you, but if he's, like, not quipping at all, I'm like, "Fuck, that's a big hit, bro." I'm like, "That's the
Yeah.
point." Like, he's supposed to the harder it is, the more he's supposed to be him,
Yeah,
Spider-Man,
exactly.
because that's the mask to hide Peter.
Exactly. Fucking taking the words right out of my mouth.
They don't have a fucking
Um
mug for this,
um, so that was my whole point is that from the trailer, there's still some comedy with Punisher and MJ saying "friendly neighbor," which is funny.
yeah,
Like,
but
I
it's
don't mind if Peter's depressed. That makes sense. It's understandable. He is depressed in the comics a lot.
yes.
As Spider-Man, he should be like
You
'cause
should be the
he should be
same Spider-Man.
quipping,
You
he
should be
should
this
be funny, he should not be, like, just not talking and stuff.
yeah,
Um so we'll see. That is a huge minus. Because
that w
even in Spider-Man, the video game, you have that scene at the raft where he's fighting all the Sinister Six.
yeah,
He's still quipping as he's getting his ass beat.
as beat down badly.
He's still quipping there, and that's what he's supposed to do. He's supposed to annoy the hell out of his villains to the point where he kinda, like, annoys them so much they're like, "Get him out of here."
Yeah,
And I hope they stick with that. Oh, shit. I hope they stick with that, and we didn't see a lot from this trailer.
yeah.
Um a big thing I wanna know is I think I'm leaning towards the demon thing,
Yeah, that makes sense.
because that scene where his eyes turn black. I think the demon possesses him there.
Okay, fair enough, but that also could lead with the mutation thing. I mean, that also makes
Could
sense for
also
the
be a
mutation.
mutation, yeah. Um, Another thing I've heard a lot of people talk about is how, like, they're all complaining that he has no mask in that scene with the hand where he breaks the sword, and I'm
Yeah,
like, "It's for the hand. They're not gonna be on the streets spreading rumors about Spider-Man. They're the hand."
yeah, then I think what a lot of people aren't understanding too is the fact that nobody knows who Peter
Yeah,
Parker is.
yeah.
Which this is another thing. This isn't like a big minus for me. I really want them to put like a mini homage to the fact that he technically isn't real, like Peter Parker. So like his ID doesn't work. Like he doesn't exist in any system. So like, is he gonna have like? I want them to show that like he had to like fake documents or something like that because Peter Parker no longer exists. Like nobody knows who he is as Peter Parker. So that's what I'm saying. Like he technically wouldn't have like a
Yeah.
debit card, an ID. He wouldn't have anything. So I'm like, how does he get around that? I hope they give us a little bit. Like I don't need a lot, but I want to see how he overcame
Or
that.
at least they reword that because I can see the like, he said, "I want everyone to forget that Peter Parker's Spider-Man." That was the wish or the spell. So,
Oh,
he could still be a
I
thing.
thought he said
I think he says that, I could be wrong, but even if I am wrong, I want them to maybe just throw in, like, "I wish for everyone to
yeah,
forget that
yeah
Peter
maybe
Parker's Spider-Man."
yeah maybe I'm remembering, but I could have sworn they just said like make
No,
everybody forget who Peter Parker
I
is.
feel like that could be true as well, though, so I don't know. Yeah, that's the thing, that would be cool. I'm liking the dynamic I'm seeing from Peter being depressed. I just wanna
Yeah.
say it, I like how he is. Oh, this is where I was trying to talk.
Okay.
What do you want him to go back to MJ? Or do you want him to keep
I
his
want him to go back to
promise?
MJ.
You want him to keep his
Yeah, I want him to
promise?
keep his promise. I want him to go back to MJ. I won't lie, cause like, the I think it's the only way we can justify him being as sad as he is in this movie, is that, like maybe not in this movie, maybe they, like, touch on it, maybe, like, start dating again at the end of this movie, not, like, fully, like, there, they're not, like, linked like they were before,
Yeah.
but, like, they have to, like, touch on it because that promise
Oh, they
to
will.
MJ no, but I mean, like,
Yeah.
strong, like, it can't be like, "Oh, I can't. Like, I can't put you in danger." Brother in Christ, you literally promised this woman before you said fucking ligma balls to her memory that you would come back and find her,
Yeah.
and then you pussied out as soon as you saw the cut on her head. She knew what she was getting into. She loves you that much. So to, like, be like, "Fucking MJ's outta here," I would be like, "Holy shit, that's crazy."
Yeah, I think the only reason I want him to actually keep his promise is because they're together in real life, and I don't wanna see Tom with someone else.
Sure,
I think that would be weird.
that's a fair
But
point
but
too.
that's so, like, not in the story. I
No.
feel like if we're being honest, I think this MJ needs to be pushed out, and this is not the actual MJ. 'Cause that's
Mm.
the bitch who I was talking about who like Jean Grey. A lot the big theory before this trailer came
Oh,
out was
Mary
that she was
Jane.
gonna be actually Mary Jane, 'cause
Fair
she
enough.
actually has red hair, and, like, she
Sure.
looks a lot like Mary Jane.
Sure,
So that was
sure.
the theory. So, like, this MJ is no like, she's Michelle Jones, not actually
Right,
Mary
Mary
Jane.
Jane. Yeah,
So
yeah,
she would
yeah.
be pushed away, and Mary Jane would
That
come in.
I think that's
Um,
weird though because of the fact of the whole Tom and
that's what I'm
Taylor yeah,
saying.
that
That's what I'm
but
saying.
I understand what you're saying where that makes the most sense from, like, a story
To
standpoint.
get it back on
That is
track.
that is gonna make me get, like, the ick.
I would get it's
I'm gonna get
that's
the ick.
NTR if I've ever seen it, being honest. That's Tom but let's be honest, Zendaya's done it to Tom.
Marvel approved NTR is crazy. Marvel licensed NTR.
Yeah, so before they got together and, like, were married and shit, I would've said, "Yeah, get her outta here and bring an actual MJ," but now I'm like,
Another
I'd be
Mary
a little
yeah,
icky with
a
that.
little, but I would have to take a step back and be like, "Okay, from a story perspective, this does make the most sense." But in the moment, I'd definitely be like, if he kisses Mary Jane, I'll be like, "Ew, grody."
But I at the same time, this trailer kinda pointed at they probably are gonna do that because there's that one scene where it's a very quick flash where MJ's with Spider-Man,
Yes,
and it looks like they're going the route of what, uh, Raimi did, where it's like MJ falls for Spider-Man,
yes.
and
Because that's
then
the thing,
which I
they
wouldn't
don't
be
remember that Peter
yeah.
Parker is Spider-Man, but they still had a relationship with Spider-Man. So they don't know it's
Yeah, they
Peter.
had to touch on that too, like,
Yeah.
does that mean, like, for MJ, she woke up at the fucking Statue of Liberty and was just like, "What the fuck?" Like, does she know why
No,
she's there?
she remembers
Does she
Spider-Man,
know
but she just doesn't remember that who was there. She doesn't know Spider-Man like, so to her, the memory would be really blotchy because it would just be Spider-Man was they were helping Spider-Man, they were friends with Spider-Man, and then Spider-Man did this, but there's no Peter in there. All the Peter
Yeah.
bits are just cut.
but
It's
that's
like
a lot of it, you know?
oh, no,
So,
I
like,
know.
so they really gotta, like, tell us. They
Yeah,
gotta
it's gotta get
that's
corralled pretty well.
exposition. I need that exposition right there of just
Well,
her
no, here's the
telling us
thing.
exactly how it
Well, I'm
works.
gonna tell you that because that's not gonna be exposition. That part's not gonna be. That part will come later. Like when that moment they have where they're standing in front of each other, that's probably where she'll be like,
I
"What?"
feel like I know you or
Yeah,
something,
no, she'll
or,
be like,
like
no, she'll definitely be like, Why do I know you so well? Like
yeah,
I don't know
yeah,
who you are under the mask, but I know you, Spider-Man. Like I have
yeah,
memories. We've done things together. Like you
yeah.
saved my life."
Oh, that yeah.
They're gonna
That's gonna
have a
be
moment like that, and then he's gonna battle so hard with it, I know too, because he's gonna wanna tell her there, like,
mhm.
that would be the thing that does push him to tell her, like, "You're not gonna remember me." Oh, he'll pull out the note.
I mean,
I
cool.
ow,
It's on
calling it out.
it's on camera. We got it on camera. Did you call it? What happens? We'll
I'm
see.
almost positive that'll be what happens.
Yeah, but I'm just so with how hyped I am with this movie and this trailer was fucking perfect. I cannot wait for Doomsday trailers.
Oh, dude, because you already know you're gonna get the first little taste at the end of this movie, obviously,
Yeah, then you have the Endgame re-releasing with a direct
with a direct yep.
continuation.
So, ooh, baby, I don't know.
A lot of people are really, like, worried for Doomsday and saying it's gonna be too crazy and they're not they don't have, um, what's the word? They don't have, like they're not fuck.
Ambition?
What's the word?
Expectation?
Yeah, they don't have, like, good expectations for it.
Yeah.
They're expecting it to be crazy and not well put together and, like, all over the place and bad, and I'm like, "That's
I say
how
let him
can you
cook.
think that?"
I say let him cook. I
It's
mean,
the
well
Russo
well,
brothers.
it's there's okay, because a lot of people did not like a lot of people love Infinity War, but they said there was a lot of issues with Endgame. Because here's the thing, probably from a story perspective, like, especially with cinephiles, I'm the consumer, like, by a hard margin, so, like, that's why my opinion is a little bit more nuanced and neutral, but I I think that those movies are more of the experience than the movie. I think Doomsday, no matter what, may be a little crazy, but the theater experience for that movie is gonna be batshit bananas, off the walls insane. Will it be like the 10 out of 10 movie? Maybe not. There
No
might be
matter
some
yeah,
holes, there might be some issues, but that experience is not gonna be beat. That movie's gonna make a $1,000,000,000.
probably more than Endgame. No matter what, you're gonna come out of that theater being like, "That was a 10 out of 10," and then you're gonna have to think about it and be like,
And then
"Okay."
you have to watch it like 2
Yeah.
or 3
Yeah.
times, 4 times, 5 times, probably for that one,
Yeah.
and be like, "Okay, it's a 9.5."
Okay, it's not a 10.
Taking
It's a
away all my
9.5.
bias, it's a 9.8.
Point 2 off. But yeah, so, I mean, I'm just this year is stacked in everything.
So much. Like, dude, nerds are now
Shows,
that
movies,
nerds have just
games,
fucking
anime.
gotten to the forefront of media, we are fucking eating my steak too juicy, my lobster too buttery, my tiramisu too creamy. Like, goddamn.
Is the Dragon Ball reboot coming out this year?
I don't think. It might be. I don't no, I think it's 2027. Shit, it might even be 2028. I know it was a bit out.
I know we don't get new stuff till 2028.
It might be 2027 then. I think it starts 2027 and then all the way down, and then beginning of 2028 we
Yeah,
get more.
probably. Well, that's all I have on this Spider-Man trailer.
Yeah, I
I'm
mean, that was a
excited,
good how fucking long was just that? That was like 20 minutes of just that trailer.
and we could honestly still talk about it, but I wanna
Be
cut it off.
yeah, no, yeah.
Well, thanks for joining us. This was a good mile.
I mean, the
Next
mile was actually just okay, but
to me, it was a
the
good mile.
yeah,
It's 'cause I like TASM.
yeah, TASM was the better movie. I mean,
Definitely. I
when
mean,
you're
that's how much
comparing
I like TASM that Ghost Rider didn't even bring this mile down for me.
that's great, we're
Next one is Avengers. Next one's a big boy.
holy wow, really?
Yeah, we're there.
Already?
You know?
God, we didn't
Yep.
miss a yeah, no, we didn't miss an intro movie because we
We
only
have
had
Avengers, and then we have 2 miles, and then TASM 2.
but it's 2 miles after Avengers.
After Avengers, we have Iron Man 3 and the Wolverine. So that's gonna be a pretty mid mile. And then Thor
Yeah.
2 and Captain America 2. So I actually like Thor 2. So that's a good
I'd have
mile.
to see that one again. I mean, I know, Captain America 2 is,
Guard is one of the best
Winter
MCU movies.
Soldier, yeah, so I'd have to I know it's got great choreography. That one I've gotta revisit. The Wolf oh, no, that's a different week. What was it? It was,
Iron Man 3 and the Wolverine.
Iron Man 3 no, the week with Winter Soldier, what was it? It was Winter
Oh,
Soldier?
Thor 2.
Thor 2 I have to revisit. I'm like, I remember not liking that movie a lot when it first came out, but I don't know.
Avengers next week. All right. Well, look forward to Avengers next Monday.
Yep, next Monday.
Woo!
Like
Bye.
and subscribe! Give